if you're doing work, obviously stop because it's the Lord's Day and it's Labor Day weekend, so stop working. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen. Dear God, fuck you. You took our boy away. You took our Buffett. You took Jimmy Buffett away from us, and I'm mad. I'm mad. I wanted to do a prayer and love you for Labor Day, because your holiday, the Lord's Day. But then I wake up the other day, and you just like came in like some sort of weird Ricky Ramirez Night Stalker, and you just like mutilated our lives and our dreams with the passing of Jimmy Buffett. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us on the Mellow Brick Road. We are here today on the Lord's Day.
Wow.
And it's a sad one.
Yeah.
It's a sad one.
The beach bum is the beach bum is no more.
He's no more. He's gone. Thank you all so much for joining us for this service. Who's here with us today? I'm Van.
For the service. I'm Trace.
Phil.
And with us today, Phil
Phil.
Campbell, or as he will now and forever be known, throughout this great land,
Yeah.
what we call the U.S. of A. Angler of the Year.
Angler of the year.
Phil.
Yeah.
Dude, round of applause.
Woo!
A round of
Yeah.
applause for Phil.
Yeah.
Congrats, man. That's amazing. I don't know what it means, but you're the fucking man.
That's what it means.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what it means.
Hell yeah. Now, it's Angler of the Year, and is that like, what's the distance? What's the rate? How far do you reign?
Well, it's just for
How far
that
do you
year.
range?
Just that
just,
year?
Just that year,
I
and then
gotcha.
it just goes off by points of how you
Oh.
finished like all the tournaments.
But is it like
Throughout that's just that 1 year.
Yeah, just
Okay.
just this year.
is it the entire
Hmm.
state? Or
Yeah.
is it
Yeah.
damn.
That's badass.
We're in some
man.
royalty right now.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's kind of like a big deal.
It was. It was a nail biter.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
so
it means a lot to me, but
Of
you know,
course.
it's just like, man, I don't know if I did it. You know, it's just like
it was getting
it
close,
eats
man.
at you, and then you're just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
holy crap.
Well, I remember you won the last tournament, and then you had one tournament on a Saturday, and then you had the top 10.
Top 10
next
next
day.
day.
And
Yeah.
we were like,
Well,
holy shit, here we go.
So would you get that day third? But it was
Second.
a second, so it was enough points to
Yeah.
kind of cement because you were leading.
Like a decathlon.
So then
Yeah, I was leading, but then you also have to drop one tournament. I think there's a January meeting, and we're going to talk about it, but you have to drop a tournament
Mhm.
because, like, some people can't make all the tournaments.
Right,
So
that's
basically,
fair,
it was
that's fair.
it was like neck and neck for the last tournament.
We call those
So
we call those
then-
undisciplined, like they don't want to win. If you're not
Yeah.
gonna get every tournament, you don't win. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
what we're
sorry,
talking
miss
about.
loser.
No,
yeah,
Show up.
that's
to
what
the
I'm saying.
thing.
Like, if you like pay your dues and
Yeah.
you know put all that work in, and it should count.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
like-
you shouldn't have to drop a tournament.
Yeah,
the-
that's kind of weird.
the
I mean, I
biggest,
guess
like-
if you drop like your lowest tournament, I guess that's what
That's
people
what
usually-
it. Yeah,
that's
you
what
drop
people
your
usually do.
lowest tournament, and your small. There's like
It
a big fish.
Sort
So
of,
if you
it
weren't
sort
there-
of evens the playing field, sort of. But I mean,
Yeah.
I get it.
but if you've been to every tournament and you've done well throughout the entire season,
Yeah,
who
you'd
cares
hate to
if you-
drop.
but if you drop one, like who cares? If someone's missed 5 tournaments, and
Yeah.
you've been to every single one, like that's not like they're gonna all of a sudden become
yeah.
first place. Like
They're
what's
not gonna-
who
yeah.
even cares?
Right.
I have a question about your strategy, because this has kind of been bugging me. So I kind of want to know, how many rocks does it take to win Angler of the Year? How many, like, is it like 2 rocks, 3 rocks? Like, 'cause that's
How
also-
many rocks?
How many rocks does it take? Yeah, because you got to put the rocks in the fish, right? It makes them way more.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got you now.
How many
Yeah,
rocks
yeah,
does it
yeah.
take to get Angler of the Year? I'm
The-
sure all your competition would like to know.
No,
Wow.
Zero
Zero
rocks.
rocks.
He's all natural.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that was
No
a thing.
steroids.
Just
here.
go for the.
But this season, there was a guy that they caught who had rocks,
Not-
right, in his fish?
Yeah, but not like in his.
Well, no, but
no,
like,
but
wasn't there a
it's
guy
world.
that,
that walleye deal.
dude,
Yeah.
Just weights.
that was
Yeah.
They
nuts.
opened it, and everyone went ape shit.
Every
You sent that
single
clip.
But they were
fish.
winning like, I think first place was like 50,000.
I was gonna say, they
it's
were
like
winning-
way more extreme,
That
like
is
money
so,
on the line.
like, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's such a thing where they check that shit.
Yeah,
That's
You
a
would
big deal.
think.
You have to check. So like, what a gamble.
yeah.
Well, oh man, what a big gamble that is. Because you know you're gonna get caught.
But
Yeah.
if you watch that video, I think the one we're talking about, those guys like put
I'll put it.
freaking those fishing weights, like
Yeah,
the
the
real
egg
they're like
weights.
eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I was kind of
You think-
thinking the right thing,
Yeah.
but he put like 6 in there.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
like,
did
you
you
could have
really?
just put like 2.
Yeah.
2 or 3. Yeah, you
That's
don't
why,
need
like,
that many.
I feel like when
'Cause
you
then they-
handle the fish, you would
Feel
be
it.
like, why is it lumpy?
I
And
saw a
hard.
video where they were opening up the
That
fish,
video is
and they
crazy.
found fillets of fish in
Yeah.
the fish. Like they opened it, they found other fillets instead of like the guy had like weights in it, but also they were finding like
What the fuck?
strips of fillet that were shoved inside.
So they caught other fish.
Well, they probably just bought fish from the store, like fillets, and then or like fish
Yeah.
from home, and they just stuffed it inside the fish that they were
That
catching.
sounds like more
was-
effort than just going out and fishing, like
Just-
practicing
yeah.
and learning.
How about just like
and
learning how to be a good fisherman? Going out every morning
Yeah.
like you do, because you're a fucking maniac. You're always fishing, rain or shine. Usually rain, you're like, I love when it rains.
or it'd
and-
be 150 degrees.
Or it's
Yeah.
negative 20 degrees.
yeah.
And that's when I go fishing with you, that's just that one time. It was pretty cold, but it was fucking awesome.
It was
It
awesome.
was a fun day. We caught a lot of fish.
Yeah.
Well, we got
And
limit.
this
We
is-
caught limit.
Yeah.
So
I'll say that
angler,
right. We caught limit. We didn't go over. I don't know who's listening, but like
you conservationist.
I'm trying to like cover our ground. We're not. Phil's. It was a satire. He
No,
didn't cheat. There's no rocks in his fish.
I can
Yeah.
honestly say this. Phil is like one of the purest fishermen I've ever met in like every sense. Like you
uses
follow
that-
the
I don't
rules.
know.
Your safety.
Mm,
You're all about safety in certain situations. The limit stuff. All that shit. I'm like, Phil knows his shit and he's doing the right thing.
I
But
don't
like
know. I'll
everybody else is scummy, man.
I
don't
love you.
know. I think it's a
I
scummy
love you. You're my
world.
brother. I love you. But
Uh-oh.
you use that screen.
Aw.
You use the screen. And you know what, dude?
it's-
I love the screen. The screen is
yeah,
fucking
the screen
badass.
is awesome.
As a person who doesn't fish, who like doesn't I don't have no idea how to fish like correctly. I guess I don't think there's a correct way, but there's probably better ways than others.
It's just about having fun.
The screen
Yeah.
is pretty badass.
What's
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Live
makes
scope.
Live scope.
makes
Live
it pretty
scope.
easy.
Well,
Actually, not really easy.
you got to
'cause
know how
I-
to.
no.
You gotta actually
You
know
got to
get
know how
it.
to use
That's true.
the technology.
That's
he
true. Yeah.
he sat there with me one day and did it, and he every step of the way told me what to do because my brain could not, and I know you're not going to get it in 5 minutes, but I could not register
Yeah.
the depth and
Yeah, 'cause
all that
you're,
shit. It
you're
was
reading
so-
it like this,
yeah.
like a book basically, and then you're just like, oh, well, that means I have to do this.
Ah,
Yeah, it's
or-
fun watching you like
this,
drive
or-
with the motor as you're looking at the screen. You're like, and you get
Yeah.
up to a tree, and you're like, well, you also like know when you're looking at it. You're like, okay, there's a tree right there. Like, it's right there, but it's amongst all those branches. So then you know how to like drop it down, and like you can watch it on. He's like, there's your bait
Yeah,
right there. And
it's
you're like
so
watching
cool.
it. You're like, what the fuck? That's
Yeah.
crazy. And the fish just gets it. Yeah, you know how to use it really effectively. I had that new kayak. We need to put that on the kayak and try that. That's what people do.
Yeah.
A live scope on the kayak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit. No.
I know.
There's
I,
all
kn- I
kinds
know. I'm
of-
saying like
Dude, on YouTube, put him up right here. I'll put him up right here. I know who he is. I can't think of his name, but
I just meant like the price difference of that is funny. Like putting
Oh,
a
yeah.
very expensive piece of
Yeah.
equipment on
You
a
just have to
on
put
a
a-
little kayak.
was it a troll motor on
Yeah.
the back of the kayak
Yeah.
as well. But I don't see. Dad was like, "We'll have to get you a troll motor for that," and I'm like, "I don't." It's a kayak. It has oars. I don't want the troll motor.
But they make kayaks that have live wells and
Yeah.
I mean it's a full and the foot pedals is cool. Like where they can
yeah, I like
kinda like
foot
the-
pedal pool or boat.
yeah.
What do you call those? John boats or just
Uh,
pedal boat? Paddle
the
boats?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, paddle boat.
John boat's just like a normal boat, right?
Yeah.
Like the one we have.
Old Johnny.
Yeah.
Old Johnny.
Yeah, it's Johnny's boat.
I do have a
Man, it'd
question
be-
for you.
If my name was John, I would always try and like take you. That's my boat. That's my boat. I'm taking
Hey
it.
man, that's my boat.
I'm
That's
who are
so
you?
stupid.
John. I'm John.
That's so stupid.
Change your last name to Boat. I'm John Boat.
That's so
That's my boat. It's got my name on it.
wow. Welcome to the Mellow Brick Road. This is a wet one
That's
today because
stupid.
we're talking about fishing,
Ooh, wet
Yeah.
and slippery, man.
but
All right.
this is just crappie, right? Angler of the year, it's just crappie.
Yep. Yeah.
There's all
just the
crappie tournaments? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, but I was like, you do some serious catfish fishing as well, but that's not a tournament.
Yeah.
That's just out of
I
fun.
usually do it for fun one time a year.
Do
Around
you-
that time you're supposed to go, and we caught like
Dude.
2 50-pounders the next morning.
we
He
set,
helped us.
we
he helped
got
us
up in
set
the
up
morning.
and everything.
We got up in the morning at what? 4:30?
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
I mean 5 o'clock. It wasn't cold, but it was like cool. It was badass.
Yeah.
We're flying across the water. We're setting all these lines, which is definitely the hardest. Not hardest, but like where the work is.
Yeah, setting up.
And we're doing all that. And I think it was just you and I. And then we went back that afternoon, so like 5 or 6, whatever it was, and checked lines, all empty. Some people had like screwed with it. Remember something was wrong, and you're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? And you had to reset it. And I'm like,
People ran into the line.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hate them.
Well,
Yeah.
Did you see the last time we were boating all those lines that were just like out in the middle of the lake?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
people
What was up
don't
with
have
that?
any sense,
What
man.
are you doing? Like we were watching them check them.
Just jugs
what are
out.
you doing? It's so silly.
So then I leave to go home, and Phil's like, well, check them in the morning. Probably won't be nothing there. And then at 6 o'clock, I haven't even woke up yet. You send me a picture. You're holding like a 50-pounder, and Dad's holding a 48-pounder.
Oh, I remember that.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, are you kidding me? 12 hours
Yeah.
later, you guys caught 2 of the biggest fish I've ever
You're
seen
pretty
in
bummed
person.
about that.
I was so bummed. You called me just to reconfirm it, and I'm like, wow, this sucks.
Fucking missed out, loser.
Because to be honest, I don't care about fishing much. I
Mhm.
like it. You're obviously ate up with it. I enjoy watching you,
You love it,
enjoy
man.
it.
Oh yeah.
You are a fish at this point.
But
Mhm.
that like if I had been on that boat and we caught 98 pounds of fish, let's just say 100
Yeah.
pounds of fish,
You
can't-
went.
that's-
I'd have been like, I'm in.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
start
you're doing
you
ape shit.
start rounding up by pounds like that. People are gonna start thinking you got.
Oh
rocks in your
shit, I
fish,
got
buddy.
weights in the
You start. Oh,
catfish.
you got exactly 100 pounds. Like, oh fuck yourself. Let me check them fish.
I know, but 98 just is not as cool.
we talked about this is Phantom Time theory again. Remember?
Yeah, you're right.
997 years.
Well,
doesn't sound as cool
did
as
you
1,000.
see the one I caught this year? The,
Oh,
like,
dude.
Mega.
Yeah.
Like, I never really
have a
weighed it,
you have a
but
picture
I
of
was
that?
saying, yeah.
How does that?
There
Don't
it is.
you have to?
Right there. I'll just send it to me.
Don't you have to? Like for it to be legal, it has to be weighed on land, or
Yeah.
something. Why is that? Is there? I don't know what the reasoning is for that.
That and-
buoyancy?
I saw. Oh yeah, I don't.
Maybe because like when you
Or if
it
it's not
adds-
accurate because of the.
Wait,
just
it's not on
movement?
stable ground. Maybe.
God.
I wanna
Dude, that
see,
thing is
actually.
as wide as you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like his freaking head
Do
is
you ever-
just wider than your
What's it
torso.
called? Noodling.
It's illegal in the state of Missouri.
Yeah.
Ooh, never mind.
Fish
Don't
with your
answer
hand.
that. Don't
Fi-
answer that.
No, he's
Oh wait, is it? How long
When
has
you
that been? How long has it been illegal?
when you fish
Forever?
with your hands.
Really?
Yeah.
There's
I
states that
definitely
allow
know
it.
people
But,
that do
like,
that like
I
every
mean,
weekend.
It's one of those
Yeah.
things like
Definitely
how are
know-
you gonna?
I know an entire family that's done that for like generations.
It's one of those things like how are you
I
gonna
did
stop
not
people?
know that was illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
I
Missouri.
won't say their name.
Yeah, I think
Maybe they go. Maybe
Oklahoma
they
you
go out of
can.
state.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would know
I-
Oklahoma. Like
I'm-
Wild West over there, man.
That's something I wouldn't do. Wouldn't noodle. That freaks
I don't
me
think
out.
I'd do that.
Would
Oh,
you do
dude.
it?
You can see their. You
Maybe-
can see their teeth.
Maybe.
Catfish have
once.
teeth, man.
But the idea of it being not a fish, of it being something else, freaks me out.
Like
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Like a
lift up
snake
you
or-
fucking, like you lift up your
A
arm.
freaking
snapping
snapping turtle.
You get your hand and then you feel a bite and you lift it up and you got like a homeless dude on your arm. And you're like, what the fuck?
How'd you hold your breath so long?
Ah!
How'd you hold your breath so long?
God, can you spare any change? Spare a dollar.
Yeah, he's like, put me down. Dude, noodling freaks me out. But every time somebody's like, yo, you guys ever heard of noodling? I'm like, that's illegal in the state of Missouri. Like, I
Damn,
turn
you
into
call 'em
this
out,
weird
man.
conservation agent about it. I don't know
You're
why.
Lawful evil, dude. Okay, so here's something fun something I've been reading a lot. This is Ozark myth and folklore. I think I've been talking about it. I think I talked about it before, right? Either this show or on What You're Reading on Patreon. But this book, Ozark Magic and Folklore, Vance Randolph, written in the 1940s. This book is crazy weird. A lot of contradictions.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stories from Missouri. Paris, Missouri does make an appearance in the ghost stories chapter. Funny enough, the Lady of Paris, which was apparently a ghost that was seen for like 70 years, and then in like 1934 or something, the Missouri Magazine wrote an article about the ghost, and then after that, it hasn't been seen since. They think that the printing of the story like exorcised the ghost. But apparently it was like 70 years it had been seen in Paris, Missouri, just like walking around all the time, which is pretty nuts. But
Paris is kind of like a.
oh, it's got some history.
It's
I
got
bet
just enough history going on that
you can
it's
feel like
interesting.
there might be some like real icky history somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that town, I bet
Yeah.
there's something weird where you're like, ooh, I wish I didn't know that happened.
Is
That
that all
sound,
they
but-
talk about? Is the Lady of Paris in
That's
that book?
And that's what the ghost story that they mention in that chapter.
I've
they
never
mentioned
heard
tons
that
and tons.
before.
It stopped being a thing in the 30s and the 40s.
Oh right,
hasn't
you
been
just
seen
said
since
that.
then. I mean,
I know it's just you think it would still come around.
Mom heard snippets. She recognized snippets of it,
Mhm.
and I bet if I asked Grandpa, I bet he might know.
We should do that.
I do need to do that. But this is not about the ghost stories. This is the animals
Be
and
fun
plants
if it was
chapter.
just some crazy
I had
lady.
some weird. So I just want to see if you have heard any of these weird backwoods hill people talk. Because this is like, we're not the Ozarks. We're a little bit north, but close
Yeah.
enough.
You bet. I spent a
So
lot
one of the
time
things
there.
they say in this book is that many backwoods folk are convinced that there's a mutual understanding between squirrels and mosquitoes, where mosquitoes protect squirrels from hunters. So like during the summertime or the springtime, if you like go squirrel hunting, or I don't know when you go squirrel hunting. I don't know if is there a season for that? Or
Yeah.
You just do it whenever.
Yeah, there's a season.
Okay, when is it?
Yeah. Shit, I don't know.
Whenever,
I just know
whenever
there's
it
a
is.
season. I think it's
When like squirrels will like eat berries off bushes and trees and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens is while the squirrels are doing that, they say that when a hunter is like getting ready to like kind of sneak him over to shoot him, the mosquitoes protect the squirrels while they're eating by like buzzing around the hunter, and it like keeps the hunter bothered enough to where he's like, "Fucking, I'm out of here." He's like, "I don't want to deal with these mosquitoes," and then he doesn't shoot the squirrels.
Huh.
So like while the squirrels are eating on the ground, the mosquitoes fly around them almost like a perimeter.
Oh.
That's what they say. That's an old backwoods saying. I don't know
Gotcha.
if it's true.
I thought you were gonna say the opposite. I thought you were gonna say it buzzed around the squirrels, so the squirrels like
Oh, no,
more
no.
alert, and then it runs
the
off.
mosquitoes go
Yeah.
after the hunters.
That's weird.
Isn't that cool?
I've definitely never heard
One
that.
thing that's generally believed is the appearance of an albino deer is a bad sign. Some hill folk think it has something to do with witches' work, which, by the way, a lot of stuff in the Ozarks has something to do with witches.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
You think the Salem witches are crazy? We didn't have a whole lot of witches, like witch burnings in the Ozarks and Missouri and stuff, but
Mhm.
a lot of cursing, a lot of spelling.
Have you seen albino deer?
yeah.
I've
up
never
in
seen one.
I've never seen
Edina.
one. Really?
My dad had 12 acres we hunted on, and there was a albino doe we had.
Oh shit.
Was-
Never had to seen it once, but
Anything happen after that? Like anything stub your toe or something?
no.
They also say it could be an indication of disease among the deer. But this is obviously before they knew albinos
Yeah,
were like
what
a
that
thing.
meant.
Oh my god, dude!
Look
The
it up.
hill people
Have you
doctors
seen-
are
And
nuts.
they got like red eyes.
Yeah,
and
I knew the red
albinos,
eyes.
they have that red eye stuff.
Have they said anything about white rabbits? Macy and I saw a white rabbit the other day.
I don't.
But
remember.
I feel like it was a pet. It was huge, dude. It didn't seem like it was like a, just a regular rabbit that
Rabbit.
runs around. It was like a pet somebody
Oh.
let outside. But it was
Oh.
it was
Speaking
white,
of that, did
dude.
you hear about
Interesting.
what's going on in Monroe City?
No.
No.
What's going on?
Somebody let their tame rabbits out, and they're fucking with the wild rabbits.
Oh,
So it's like
shit.
fucking.
Oh my god.
You got
Rabbits
Yeah.
jumping around everywhere now. Oh god. God, I remember mowing.
Kenny was telling me about it. I was like, dude.
I think when we used to mow all the time, I probably run over a half dozen to a dozen baby
It's
bunnies
unfortunately
with
it's
a mower, dude.
easy.
Because those baby ones, they literally the grass can only be like an inch and a half tall, and they're completely hidden
Yeah.
until you hear the squeak. It's awful. I have horrible memories from that. Here's another
Oh
one
my
I have.
gosh.
This is something else. Did you go hunting today for deer?
Today?
Yeah, today.
No.
Okay, good.
It's not
'cause-
season.
okay, we're good. Well,
Yeah,
a well-known hunter in Missouri
I wouldn't
saw
know.
well, they say many old-time hunters believe it is a mistake to kill deer on a Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. You're not supposed to kill deer. And a well-known hunter in Missouri saw a
some-
small doe. This is a little story about how this is like proven.
Okay.
They tell you like one or two accounts, but this guy sees on his front porch. He sees a doe on his front porch right there, and he doesn't have any meat for his family because you gotta kill the deer for meat, and it was Sunday, so he didn't kill it as much as he wanted to. It was right there, sitting right in front of him. Didn't kill it. Next day on Monday, went outside in the morning. 2 giant bucks right in front of his porch. Shot both of them. Killed them. Used all their meat.
Wow.
That's the Lord rewarding him for not killing that doe on Sunday. That was a test.
And he passed.
Exactly.
But his
cool?
kids starved through the night, so.
Yeah.
Well, that more meat for him, right?
But can you shoot 2 deer?
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, you can.
Yeah. They're
Oh.
on his property, so
I
that's
don't-
a thing.
I don't
too.
know any of the rules. We should just put out there. Van and I know nothing about hunting.
Well,
I've
you
never
know, if it's like back
slightest-
in the day, there was nothing like.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
they don't
yeah.
give a shit.
They
Yeah.
hunted for food. That's the only reason you hunted,
Right.
really. I mean, there's probably like a small snippet of the population control, but I'm
My-
sure mostly it was I need
Dude,
food.
you wouldn't believe
I
how
live
many
in the
deer are
woods.
killed every year.
Oh
when
yeah,
they
it's,
come out, it's like 250,000.
It's
I-
crazy.
so-
they populate fucking
you
fast.
kind of said it.
Well,
I think.
you just see fawns. There's 2 or 3 with a doe
every time you see
like,
one. Yeah,
every time you see a doe.
Yeah.
it's true.
I think you kind of said it, but I would have said that comes from Like most people hunt like Saturday morning. I always think about people hunting Saturday mornings, like just
Oh yeah.
or Friday
It
morning
seems like a weekend
before
thing,
school or whatever.
Yeah.
So then it's like, okay, you didn't get one on Saturday, so then you're gonna get anxious to shoot one on Sunday because you don't want to have to wait for the next Saturday. So then
Yeah.
you're gonna shoot something that maybe wasn't ready or wasn't the one
oh,
you
well,
wanted.
that's what deer cameras help.
Right.
Because then, like,
True.
people name their bucks and
Yeah, they
all
do.
that stuff.
So-
I shot Jerry. This is
Wait,
Jerry.
So
I'm gonna put them on my wall.
okay, I got a
Yeah.
question about that. About
Crazy
deer
sumbitches.
cams because. So is a deer cam like a baby cam where it's like you have a thing on your phone where you can see it live?
Yeah, you can have, it's like called a cell cam.
Is that okay? So are you looking at that deer cam while you're out sitting there, or like while you're like at work? Like
No,
if,
you
if
could
you're
be-
if you're
we
like
could
walking
be
around,
right here. Like,
Yeah.
be like, you get a notification. Yeah, your camera just picked up something, and it takes
Okay.
a picture,
yeah,
and
and
it'd
then
be like, ooh, look, that's a
fucking
giant buck.
6-point buck, you know. And so if you're sitting here and you see that buck pass by your deer, you're like, oh shit, a fucking buck just passed by my deer cam.
That's by my
Are
dad's
you, like-
house.
Holy shit,
Holy
folks!
shit, dude! Oh my god,
Yeah.
I would
that's
call that a
ginormous.
tank.
Describe it to the audience, Trace.
What? It's
That's probably a
giant-
180, 190 inch deer.
Holy fuck! Well, that's more accurate for people
Look, that's
listening.
what
but
I mean
I
by
wouldn't have
that.
been able to say that.
Holy shit! It's really wide. It
Yeah.
seems like very
Mm.
It's
wide.
about as wide as this table.
Yeah.
Son
But
of a
so like if
bitch.
you're sitting in here or like
That's
doing whatever and
crazy.
you see that on your phone and you're like, oh shit, there's a huge buck on my past my deer camera now. Are you like packing up and going right now?
Oh yeah, people do it all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Holy shit!
okay, that's what I thought. So that's nuts.
I've never thought about any
So like,
of
but
this.
by
Yeah,
the time
so-
it takes you, how long does it take you to get to your spot?
Well, I mean, say you're having deer camp or you're like, for me, I got my hunting spot's like 3 miles away. So
Right,
it's
so
like,
that's
oh,
what I'm
I
saying.
pack up and go.
And then I'm sure the deer. You think it'll still be? How do you
It'll be
approach that
around.
area? You
Well,
have to do nice and quiet.
People pattern deer and the wind and
Yeah.
you know all that crazy stuff.
Man, I've been doing a lot of D&D. I bet your sneak level is fucking high, dude. I bet you can sneak like a motherfucker in them woods.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Get do you do the ghillie suit or just like camo?
Oh yeah,
up?
ghillie suits are the best.
Fucking
Do the
A.
deer care what color you wear?
Deer colorblind.
No. I was laughing
I
about
was
something
thinking
else.
about the orange, but it's
I
like
was laughing
definitely
about-
for safety.
I was laughing
but-
about what I was about to ask. I was
What?
say the only time I've ever worn a ghillie suit is when we used to play hide and seek. With our
Oh yeah,
friends.
yeah.
That's the
but we
only
called it-
time I've ever
We called it gorillas.
even thought of where.
We called it gorillas.
You see where we're coming from? We don't hunt.
Yeah, we don't
ca-
know shit.
yeah.
So okay, here's another thing I want to ask you about too, because we all know there's wildcats in Missouri and the Ozarks. We got to see some wildcats. Now here's what I want to know: you ever hunted wildcats or anything? Like killed one of those? Okay, me neither. I didn't-
Well, I have actually shot a bobcat with my bow.
there you go. That's pretty badass.
That is
Have you
badass.
ever heard of like enormous wildcats? Like someone finding some that are like 150 pounds?
Like mountain lion or
No, well, I guess 4 feet
I've seen
high, weighing
scary
150
videos.
pounds. A bobcat. No, a bobcat weighing like 150 pounds.
Oh Jesus.
4 feet,
Hmm.
4 feet high off the ground. Bobcat. That would be fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Well, is it bobcats that like whine? Or,
Yeah.
Like, howl or not howl? It's
they
like
scream like
yeah.
during like their mating season.
Oh,
those- they sound like a screaming girl.
Ooh.
I yeah.
the
I
middle
would
of the woods.
I would assume it would that would be in that book.
Dude,
Oh,
play it.
I
because
see.
it's like
Here's the
bloody
rabbit.
murder.
I got the
dude.
rabbit
play it.
part right
It's,
here.
It's
It's
it
crazy.
gives
look
you
it up.
goosebumps.
I'll look it up.
I'll read this
You keep
rabbit
going.
thing because I found another one with rabbit. Oh, panthers too. Panthers are also. They say that panthers actually have a strong appetite for human infants, like specifically. So like, watch out.
Hmm.
In the Ozarks, which is also Ozarks, mainly southern Missouri, Oklahoma.
Northern
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
I have a funny story about the Ozarks and animals. We were down there logging, and so we're, just out in the middle of the woods, like just me and the chainsaw and Skidder, and,
Oh yeah.
and a couple guys, and all of a sudden here comes like 4 or 5 guys with guns. There's like, and they got like, like rednecks, and
Oh,
they got
yeah.
like oil filtered silencers on the end of them,
Holy shit.
and they're like, "Hey, bud.
Oh,
How you doing?" I'm like, pretty good. What are you doing? He's like, have you seen a goat? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Have I seen
So-
a goat? Yeah, we bought a goat last week to mow the grass in our front yard, and it ran away, so we're just going to shoot it and eat it. And I was like, well, I ain't seen no
What
goat.
the
And they just,
Fuck.
Dude.
and I'm talking like in the hills. It's
Oh
like,
my
that's
god.
People just showed up out of nowhere
He'll
looking
figure-
for a fucking goat.
I picture those folks
This,
not
dude,
wearing.
this is a legit interesting read And I told Mom after I
Like
was
what
done
you're
reading it,
telling me, it kind of sounds like what I just
That's
said.
the shit.
I
that-
even
yeah.
I
Yeah.
even highlighted in the bibliography, like all the reference books. I
Uh-huh.
highlighted all that shit too. So this is interesting stuff. But here's the thing about rabbits: it's bad luck for a rabbit to cross your path from left to right.
From left
To right. You don't want that. You can take the curse off, however, by tearing some article of clothing, just a little bit.
Okay.
If the same rabbit crosses your path twice, it means you're needed at home immediately.
Ooh.
It's like shit like that.
We have a lot of
What?
rabbits in our
Why does it
yard.
mean? And most of the time he's like, I don't know why. I don't know what it means.
So they're just like one-offs, like bullet points. They just say that.
No, it's like it's written in paragraph
Oh,
form.
okay. I didn't know if it meant like they just went on to the next thing and didn't explain it.
Sometimes.
At all.
Well, it's just like the whole thing is about animals and plants. So it'd be like a paragraph about this, and then sometimes it'll be a following paragraph with a story or example or two,
Yeah.
and then it'll move on to the next thing with animals and plants. But it's fucking wild stuff.
I
man.
pictured at least one of those guys wearing overalls with one of the buttons undone.
Oh, that's super Ozark.
So he only
Yep.
had one overall thing on, and then no shoes. That's what I pictured. No shirt
man.
underneath, button missing, no shoes on.
Yeah,
That's what I pictured.
that sounds about right.
All right, let's watch this bobcat scream hidden in the forest. I'm kind of scared.
I am too. I'm excited.
Oh, it's gonna give you goosebumps.
I can't wait. Let's do an Aztec death whistle next.
Oh yeah, that
That
shit's
shit's
wild.
Awesome. They're so pretty.
Oh.
That, and you're like, so I've been in the deer stand, and it's like, so you walk to your deer stand in the dark, and you're in there, and you hear,
What the fuck? Little grunt. Dude, that would scare the shit out of you.
Dude, you know
Yeah.
cheetahs don't roar; they actually meow like cats. Cheetahs don't have the because like why cats don't roar like lions, because they have really small like neck, like lung, or what do you call it, voice box or whatever.
Dude,
So that's why. So like
crazy.
lions have that
It's-
special like thing to make them roar, and cheetahs are also very small headed, so they can only meow like cats.
It's
So
a lot
It's really funny.
louder.
Yeah,
Do
that
the Aztec one now.
that was kind of subdued from what I've seen another clip before where it's like it literally sounds like a woman saying a word. Like
yeah.
it's like so long
There's
that it
creepy
sounds like
shit.
a woman's like yelling for help or something.
There's creepy shit like that. Oh, dude, check this out. My favorite term I learned from this book: praying mantises. You know another word for that? The devil's horse.
Devil's
That's
horse.
badass.
devil's
That's
horse.
fucking badass.
So the
dude.
devil's this
If we ever have a band, we're the fucking devil horses, dude. That's fucking badass. And we're gonna wear goggles that have like giant bug eyes on them.
Yeah.
That's it. We're just gonna do that.
Okay, we're gonna try the. Should I try
Yeah.
one of these shorts?
Do that
maybe?
dork. No, do that dork. Yeah, do him.
Have you seen this, Phil?
Mm-mm.
Aztec death whistle. They used to blow like dozens and dozens of these before as they would go into battle. Think of hundreds of those coming at you.
Keeps going.
Yeah.
Dude, he does the first one, and you're like, okay. But he like takes another breath and blows it back in, and it literally sounds like somebody
Then
screaming.
it sounds like someone
Yeah.
screaming. Oh man, that's
And you
crazy.
just, you're like in your teepee somewhere, and you just start hearing.
Have you ever
that, and you're
seen?
like, oh god.
Like Mayans, like dude, this kind of stuff in South
Hundreds of
America
'em.
was such a big thing, and like Central and South America. I think in maybe even North America with like the Native Americans too, but they would make they loved like sound like that, like making things that made different sounds. Like they had all the whistles for like different animals,
Mhm.
and then they had even these kettles. They would fill with water,
Uh-huh.
and when it boiled, and like the steam would come out. It would sound like a monkey or whatever. Or when they poured it, it would sound like a kookaburra or burrow bird or whatever.
What the
Like
fuck?
they'd be like, oh yeah, check this out. And they'd pour water. And it'd be like, doo 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 doo, and you're like, and they're like, yeah, it's because all the complex, like it's really intricate on the inside, like where the water travels.
Interesting.
It's weird. That kind of stuff is so cool. It's like the Egyptian, like in sometimes tombs.
That's how they built the
when the
pyramids.
when the wind blows through
Isn't that
some of the
crazy?
tombs, it makes
I'm sure you
music.
guys have talked about
Yeah,
that.
constantly, about
Oh,
every week.
Every
Yeah.
week. Yeah, thanks. We weren't gonna talk about it now. So here it is. But no,
Well, how do you think they did it?
humans? We're all like we're pro-human on
We're
this podcast
pro-human
now.
here.
We've been watching some stuff and research. We're pro-human. The government is trying to give us this alien agenda because they're gonna do a new world government. Do we have to do this again?
No.
Their
No.
government's
We
gonna
can
take
do
us
it
over.
later.
When aliens come in
But-
the next few years, Phil, don't believe it. It's smoke and mirrors.
We
Don't
do,
let 'em in.
We do think, we don't know how, because Terry was on one week. We think they had some sort of way to manipulate sound and
levitation.
vibrations
Yes,
to
I believe
help
this.
with it, because there's examples of it
There's
around.
so
But
the sound.
it's still like
Dude, they had
70
these-
tons. Like, how the hell would
They
do
built
it?
Yeah.
these buildings that were like healing centers, pretty much, like for medicine. and they realized like, you know how like when people play music for plants and it like can make the plant die or it can make it like
Yeah.
vibrant. So they like did that, but for people like they've tried to. Or I don't know if they did or not. We don't know because it's so old. But they built these centers and they have these tunnels and like hallways, you know, where you're walking through. But the way the hallways are all angled, when wind blows through them, it makes this music. Like it makes all these sounds when the way it bounces off the walls. And they say like it would make this certain music as it went over the beds of all these sick people, and it would like the vibrations or whatever would like heal them or
Yeah.
whatever. That's what they said. Like along with the medications they
Right.
were getting, but it was something weird like that. So I don't know.
It's-
There's so many weird sound things in the ancient Egypt.
There's
so.
people that talk about ancient people just because of the world they lived in. We're all set to like the correct frequency. Like humans are set to a frequency, or we should be.
Yeah.
But now there's just too many
Wi-Fi,
frequencies.
yes,
we
tech and
can't.
Wi-Fi fucks
We
with our
can't like
frequencies,
tap
bro.
into that.
That's why everyone's so
Yeah.
anxious.
Yeah.
Because there's too many frequencies and our vibes
Yeah.
are all fucked
They
up.
literally say like ancient people were at the correct frequency, so they slept better and healed themselves better.
Interesting.
Of course, they all died when they were 30, so I don't.
Yeah.
You know, you can take it how you want, but
But that's because that's all they needed to live.
yeah.
We try to keep ourselves alive because we're all so afraid to die, man. Because we got these house payments, you know. We're so obsessed with our house payments.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't think you know.
Yeah.
Hey, I had house payments before.
That's true.
My
That's
name
true.
wasn't on the lease, but I had to pay.
You know what
Yeah.
else? This guy had a fucking electric lawnmower.
Garbage, man.
I better run like shit.
Did it
Fucking-
plug in?
I had a plug-in one, and I'll tell you, the plug-in one is better if you have a small yard.
How
we had a
often
very
do
small
people
yard.
hit the cord though?
No. It's actually.
Oh, it's harder to do.
Well, it's actually like retractable, kinda.
oh.
So it actually, but it is easy to do that.
Yeah.
But just don't be a fucking moron about it.
but
you
I
know?
mean, think about
Yeah.
some of the people in the world.
Yeah, but
It'd be easy.
the
for
electric
them.
mower was cool. It's just I hate like nowadays it has a 40-minute runtime, and it takes 5 hours to charge it 100%. You know what I mean? Like what?
Yeah.
Like
And-
that kind of like that ratio like makes no fucking sense.
And it takes an hour to mow the yard, so you have to wait for it to charge.
Yeah.
I'll go to Grandpa's and mow, you know, every week, and
Yeah.
most of the minute it grows a little bit too much
Mhm.
because it's electric, so it's weak.
Yeah.
And so if it
has
goes
no
over if it
power.
goes over tall grass, like too tall for it, where it has to like kind of chew for a bit,
Mhm.
it has to work really hard to chew it up, which means it's wasting up
wasting
more.
battery.
It's getting hotter, which is wasting its battery faster.
Oh my god.
So what happens is I'll get like art mowing, and all of a sudden it'll just die, and I have like a huge chunk. And usually I'll just hit it with the weed eater now. I'll just go through the weed
Yeah.
eater and just mow the rest of it. But I used to just I'd go in.
Is the weed eater
put it on-
electric?
No, I bring that from home.
Oh, gotcha.
That gas powered.
Yeah.
And I'll just let it charge. And one time I was there for
the
like,
entire day.
from like 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
An 8-hour day.
Well, because I tried to be like because like when you plug it in, after if it goes fully dead, you gotta like plug it in, and it's like first it has to load.
You're
the
probably just
temperature has
cussing
to,
the whole time.
Oh, I got a lot of reading done that day. The battery was like too hot, so it has to cool down first, right?
Yeah.
So like that takes I don't know 2 fucking hours. Jesus Christ, dude, how cold does that have to be? I used to put it in the freezer and stuff and in the fridge to keep it cool, but I guess the fucking battery knew I was doing that, and it was like, yeah, nice try. I'm gonna do the same length of time, jackass.
Good lord.
So I don't think you're supposed to do that anyway. So I probably made it worse. But then it'd charge up like halfway after like 4 hours, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna I don't have that much left to mow. I'm just gonna mow it, just a half battery, should be fine. Start going. I get like half of it done, dies again. I'm like, fuck. Like I put it back on. Another like 3-4 hours of that, so it's half battery again. So now I use the weed eater. After that week, I was like, I'm using the weed eater now.
Jesus.
So now what I do when it needs if it does need to charge for just like that small patch, I'll just weed eat everything and make everything look fucking perfect. And then by the time that's done, maybe I'll have to read a chapter on my phone for like 30 minutes, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, you're not complaining about that.
I can just sit inside. Well, I'll watch like a western or something
Mhm.
with Grandpa, and then I'll get back out and just finish it real fast.
Right.
It takes like 5 minutes to finish. It's annoying how like small his yard is and how long it actually takes me to mow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying Phil should not invest in electric chainsaws?
No.
No,
Dude,
no,
it would
no,
it would
no, I
it
don't
wouldn't
even know.
even
Maybe like a solar powered.
solar.
Maybe. Well, actually, it wouldn't work.
No.
Until, it wouldn't work until
be
you cut
in
the
the
tree down.
woods.
Because
Yeah.
once the tree was cut down, then the solar would show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's charging after you've cut the tree down.
Yeah, that wouldn't work out too well.
Good lord.
Yeah, electric mowers are, as of right now, they're a joke. As of right now, I haven't met a good one yet. I'm sure there's really
Yeah.
expensive ones you can probably get, but
You know they make like Roombas, but they're mowers.
Yeah, they're weird. Those are weird.
Super strange.
I like mowing.
They're super
Roombas are a
strange.
piece of shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, if you have like
You
one,
think they really actually pick up dirt? They just move it.
They just drive
everywhere.
around
And I trip over it,
Yep.
and
And-
cuss it.
cuss it, and then like if like your cat pukes and then just goes through
Oh,
it, and fucking
yeah.
goes everywhere.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Never thought about
Yeah,
that.
it's a vacuum. So like, if you do trip on it while it's moving, you're gonna kick all that dust that it's trying to collect. It's all gonna go all over in that spot, and it's not. It doesn't know that because it's a fucking robot. It just goes like straight, and then if it
Yeah.
hits something, it turns, and it does all it does. So like, it's not like a
And it
smart
usually
robot.
gets trapped. Like
Yeah.
it gets trapped and it'll do a circle
So
in the same
easy.
spot.
Yeah.
Do you have to dump it or how?
Yeah, you gotta stop it and clean the tray.
It seems odd. It just seems easier to sweep or whatever. But
Just
But
like,
the only
dude,
thing
yeah.
cool it does is like you can press a button and send it home. And it'll go
Yeah.
charge.
See,
itself.
we're actually kind
send
of
it
lucky.
home.
See, people think we're in this time of like robots are gonna take over the world while we're alive. Listen to us though. Like, there's
Yeah.
still. I mean, overall, I don't think so.
Short of the Boston Dynamics people or whatever that make the guy that can like jump up, do like box jumps. Have you seen that?
Oh, I've seen the whole when they dance like the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Besides them, all the other robots in our life aren't.
But
Gonna
as of
do
right
anything.
now, there's no AI thinking. There's no robot thinking. It's all programs. And then even
Yeah.
like the ones like ChatGPT,
Yeah.
that gets data from humans and then it just copies it. It just mixes it up and copies it in a way like it'd be like if you were like, "Hey Van,
That's what I was just thinking.
if you took the entire like internet and you gave it to me and you were like, "Hey, make up this thing." It's basically like if you took a sentence and like chopped each word up and then rearranged them into a new sentence.
Uh-huh.
That's like what the ChatGPT does with the internet. It just like takes bits and pieces that it needs for whatever request you want. And it's not making it its own, which I
Right.
guess, but that's the thing though. Isn't that kind of how humanity works too? You take what you
Yeah.
see and then you just kind of like,
Just cite your
Co-
sources.
right? It's like, I don't know. Did
Um,
I just talk myself around my own
yeah, what you're
argument and now I'm back on the side of we are going to get ruled by robots?
Right. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I was gonna mention the Roomba mower thing. I watched a video of a guy that had one, and the blades in it are just razor blades. They're that long, and so I don't even understand how the robot's cutting a whole path. I don't get it. There's like 3 little tiny razor blades.
Are
And he's
they
like, "Oh."
rotating?
It's spinning underneath, but it's like, how is it hitting any of the middle? I don't get it. I just don't understand how it works. But the guy's like, "Well, it's time to change the razor blades," and he takes them out.
Well, no, 'cause
Screws them
you
back
mean like
in.
the center, like how's it get in the middle of it? Well, if it's spinning like this though, it's getting on the top and the bottom and the center of the.
Yeah, but I just feel like you're not getting much accomplished.
It
Like,
must be going really fast then. It must be maybe it's spinning but also doing this.
I wonder how it's getting rid of the grass too. Like, how it's not getting gummed up. Like if it has an offshoot on it or something.
Phil, you're angler of the year. Do you know how these Roomba mowers? How do the blades work?
No.
You
no
don't?
idea.
Okay.
Have you seen the
Thought
picture
maybe
that's
you
It
would.
like?
might be like
Thought maybe through your experience with
propeller.
fishing.
Yeah.
Oh, see, yeah, there we go. Some fishing knowledge.
Have you seen
propeller?
the picture of somebody gets an alert on their phone and it says Roomba is stuck near cliff, and they go and it's like a transition piece between 2 floors. Like it's like this far off the ground. And the Roomba's like kind of angled, and it says Roomba is stuck near cliff, and the person's like,
That's
a little
funny.
bit dramatic.
That's
I mean,
funny.
Yeah.
Well, see people that they're like, oh, my Roomba's so dramatic, but it's like it does not have emotion.
Mm-hmm.
It's programmed to say
Is this real?
that.
I don't. That's what I was. That's
What are we
why I
looking
pulled
at?
it up.
What is this?
I Am Legend 2.
Yeah, is I Am Legend
Is
2
that,
a-
like,
is it
gonna
real?
be-
Real? Because they said Michael B. Jordan's gonna be in it.
I've heard rumors from Will Smith, but then again, I don't really listen to a lot of Will Smith these days.
Let's just start with I Am Legend is an incredible film.
Yeah.
I'll tell
It's
you
fucking
what,
great.
the book I Am Legend is one of the most depressing fucking books
Yeah.
ever, dude. It's
Well, the movie's not much better.
Yeah.
that's true. The
The
movie's,
movie's
I
fucking-
love it.
The
It's a
dog
tragedy.
scene.
Dude,
I love a tragedy, man. I love a tragedy, and this movie is a tragedy.
So the thing about the first one was I remember watching the movie. Spoiler alert! If you're fucking under a rock, he like
Yeah,
pulls.
if you're under a rock, get out from under there. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a house.
He pulls the grenade at the end and jumps into the guy, and explodes. Right.
Yes,
In theory, killing
but
himself
the
and
alternate
everybody.
ending.
Then they came out with the DVD, which we bought because that was the time.
Movie's dope.
And they had an alternate ending where it's something about like he's working on the zombie's wife, and they have like this moment of like, we know what's going on here.
Well, like the guy,
because they were looking for the
she
cure.
has like the butterfly tattoo on her neck,
Mhm.
and that guy like puts his hand on the window, and he like makes the
Does the
butterfly
butterfly.
thing with his hand, and so Will Smith's like, oh,
He knows.
they must be like together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these zombos know. And then he crawls out the grate with the girlfriend and daughter or whatever that was.
He like
and
pushes-
so presumably
oh yeah,
he
he
lives.
opens the door, and then the zombie or the vampire guy like brings her out into the rest with the rest of them, and then as they
Yeah,
escape.
they,
Right.
He just
But
like takes
so-
her and
and we're good to go.
screams and
Oh yeah, he does.
goes.
I
God,
love his
the
scream. His mouth gets so big.
yeah.
The scream's crazy, but there it is right there.
Yeah, you can fit so much in there.
So that's what I was getting ready to look up. I've been seeing like little rumors of it, but everything on the thing is like, is it real? Is it gonna happen?
Dude, in the
Because of course Will Smith's from Rocky Road.
So you read the book?
No, I've never read the book.
It would
So
probably
the-
bring him back like really good.
So in the, they're
Yeah.
they're
I mean,
vampires.
he just can't go to the Oscars.
It's a vampire
so it's like,
virus.
what's it matter?
So they're like vampires.
I wondered why you said vampire. I don't really remember that.
So yeah, in the book they're described as vampires, like legit. Like they can like they can all talk still. They're all like conscious, and so for the most part. And so in the book he has these friends that were with him, and they got eaten or taken,
Mhm.
And then so he's like, every night for like the last year or two, I have to like try and sleep while I hear all of my dead friends and relatives like screaming my name, because they're like, come out here with us, like join us, why aren't you coming out here, be with us, and why are you still in there, let us in.
Yeah.
And he's like, every night I have to like listen to that screaming at me. It's,
gosh.
dude, the book it sounds like a fucking nightmare. Like he doesn't go out that much in the book.
But it's a good read.
Oh, it's a good read. That and then The Road. The Road is still the most depressing movie I've ever seen in my life. Like
Road.
The Road took like 2 weeks for my mental state to like get back
reset.
up. Dude, it was bad. I remember.
Hmm.
I'm glad I was in a relationship because that movie fucking hit me hard. I needed that support system next to me after watching it. It had Viggo Mortensen,
He's good.
Aragorn from Lord of the Rings.
Mm.
He's
Great.
super good. It's post-apocalyptic. It's really depressing.
I just was looking to see if it's real, but I still am not totally sure. I mean, it seems to be.
They're always like, oh, we want this back, and the actor's like, I don't know. I mean, if they pay me, and so
Yeah.
it's like they don't know. The actor doesn't know.
Right.
But if Michael B. Jordan is in on it,
Well, and then
Or
a
was
lot
he-
of these articles are like, how are they going to make a second one if he died? Like this. How he's
Yeah.
going to return despite dying. It's like,
if he comes-
I don't know.
yeah, that's kind of.
There's no way they do a prequel. I don't think that would really make sense.
They could do a prequel.
They could, but like in the first one, they kind of told the story of how they got to the point of where they are.
That's true.
So I don't think you would then reverse and tell a story within it. I guess you could.
Yeah.
but-
They'd what if it was another group of survivors in a different city completely, or a different
That'd be
area
cool.
of the country?
And
Because
then
this is in
they-
New York. What if
Then
this-
they like find the cure.
yeah, what if that's in
That'd be
that's
cool.
in New York City? So what if we go to like Oregon, like Southern Oregon, like near not Red Rocks, fucking
Redwood
Redwood.
National
That'd be
Forest,
sick. And
California. yeah.
There's like a bunch of zombie vampires like running through the forest. That'd be kind of sick. Get some cool like drone footage flying through the trees.
Oh, so yeah, they're saying obviously it would continue on from the alternate ending. Duh.
Well, yeah. Or
That's
it could
kinda-
be you could follow the woman
It's
and
kinda
the
cheap.
son or her son, right?
Yeah.
Through and then Will Smith would be in flashbacks.
yeah.
But no, he died, so you'd only have flashbacks from the first movie.
Right.
But,
But
hey,
they're-
that saves on budget because you need to use footage from the first movie.
Right. But they're saying they're just going to base it off of him surviving. So, but then when he survives, don't they show the world kind of getting back to a regular place? I know this sounds dumb, but I picture like green grass,
That's
and
whether
they're
or
like at
not
a cemetery
you
or something.
believe that safety town was really like a trustworthy place,
Uh-huh.
which it may have been.
That's it. We gotta watch it right now.
We gotta watch it right now. You ever seen Walking Dead? Sometimes you go to a camp that's like, yeah, we'll take care of you, and then you get in the gate and they shut it behind you, and they're like,
Gotcha.
take your clothes
Gotcha,
off.
bitch.
Mhm.
I've never seen
Bring the
Walking
boy.
Dead, but I want to say I love Stephen Yun. I believe is how you pronounce
What?
it.
He's in like the first all like I mean I don't know all the seasons until the season where he's no longer in the show.
Spoiler.
Well, I mean I'm not gonna tell you why he's no longer in the show. He
No.
did become
I mean,
extremely famous.
it's a zombie show, so it's unrealistic to believe that every person you like in the show is going to survive.
I'll tell you this: it's a zombie show. It's the most realistic portrayal of a zombie apocalypse.
Are you
It's
into
dope.
the zombie?
You ever seen Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
I'm not.
I used to keep up with it like back in college, but then
I always got to the prison season, and then I
track.
would lose the prison season, like season 4 or whatever. When they get to that prison, I always like drop off there. That season is all. I feel like people are always like, you gotta push through that season because
Yeah.
nothing like happens. They just like go to this prison, they're stuck there.
Mhm.
There's no like actual like traveling or anything.
Yeah. I feel
It's
like
good, though.
I think I don't like the zombie genre, and then I'll watch something and I go, "This is fucking badass."
Walking Dead will
Yeah.
bring you-
And then I
Walking Dead will
remember
bring
I
you
knew-
or
into it.
like
I need to watch it.
Goat, Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
like
oh,
that. Those zombies.
yes,
Shit,
those zombies are so
man.
badass, dude.
White
You know, I was-
Walkers.
Yes.
I didn't even know what Game of Thrones was until like I started seeing pictures of the like White Walkers. I was
me
like,
too.
"What the hell is this?
I
That
didn't know
looks
what that was.
dope as hell."
What
and
is
then
this shit?
we started watching it, and I was like, "Oh,
I
this is
didn't
awesome.
think about that. You and Devin are big time Game of Thrones fans.
Oh
Yeah.
man, how crazy is it?
I would
bring
like
it-
to
brought
go
this
back
up-
through it.
I brought this up a few times on the show before. How crazy is it? How like that show was the biggest show in the universe, in the world. It really was. Truly.
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
For like years, it was. Like, it was all anyone talked about. Every Sunday,
Yeah.
everyone knew that's Game of Thrones week. It's Game of Thrones Day. We're fucking ready to go.
Even if you didn't
And
watch it,
even if you didn't watch it, you knew
You
Sunday
knew.
was for Game of Thrones, not the Lord. Took Jimmy Buffett away. Sorry, so
Well,
hot.
I mean, you said, "Fuck God."
I did because he took Jimmy Buffett away, Margaritaville, and
You better stay by the mosquitoes.
yeah, but
Don't be fucking going around albino deer.
Yeah.
yeah, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying now.
Yes. Game
it-
of Thrones.
Game of
Sunday
Thrones, so, like,
nights.
It was so big, and then the
Bum,
last episode of
bum,
season 8 happened. And
Yeah,
for
where she
two-
dies.
for 2 weeks, or this last season is 8, right?
I think
Seems
so.
right,
You know, the last episode happened, and we all know how everyone felt about the last episode of the
Mhm.
show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For 2-3 weeks, it was shat on 24/7 for like
Yeah.
2-3 weeks, and then that show literally dropped off the face of the planet. Like who talks about
I don't
Game of
even
Thrones
think about it
until
much
until like
Until
the
now
prequel,
the
the prequel
yeah.
came out,
Yeah.
yeah. But honestly, the Lord of the Rings prequel was fucking where it's at.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm ready for the
What-
next one to come out.
I
the
still
next
haven't watched it.
season
I
or
gotta
whatever.
watch it. I
What
gotta
was
watch it
your
still.
opinion on how Game of Thrones ended?
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I could have just seen like her and Snow like conquer like the
Oh,
world
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah,
But
I was
it-
glad to see Jon Snow not die though. I just wanted to see him not die again.
I didn't.
And where does the dragon go?
Yeah.
He just like he melts the chair and
Well, you know what?
See ya.
Don't
See
go to
ya.
the books because he's
I'm
three.
pissed.
He's 3 books behind, and he's never gonna fucking finish those. So
Yeah.
you're never gonna get the answer, Phil. I
forgot
wish I could
that.
tell
Do
you.
you
'Cause
know?
no, I don't know because
Oh.
that motherfucker hasn't even finished book 6 that he started like 2 decades ago.
Yeah, they literally ran through his material.
He
That's how
literally said-
fast the show was made.
He said like 2
compared
weeks
to
ago.
how
He was like,
wrote-
yeah,
writes.
I'm working on all this other stuff. I don't have a lot of time. I'll probably never finish book 6. And we're like, go fuck yourself.
It's like, dude, you've been working
I
on this since the
predicted that.
'80s.
Because as soon as they passed him and they finished it, because they were like, we think we know how it's going to end. And he's like, if you know how it's going to end and you're right, I'll let you make the show.
Yeah,
And they were
you know
right.
that's bullshit though.
Well, and they were right. And so they made the show. And then the show ended. And it had an ending, right?
Hmm.
I don't think he actually knew an ending.
Nope.
I don't think he knew what was going to happen,
He
right?
was waiting for the reaction.
So so they finished the show. Yeah, he was waiting for the reaction. So he was going to be like, oh, now I'm going to change it completely.
Because if we love it,
and then,
he
but
can use it. If we hate it, he can be like, okay, don't write it that way then.
But
gonna
then he's
change
like,
the
oh
ending."
wait, I don't have to write shit because they already wrote it for me now. So I don't
Mhm.
have to even finish the
They
bullshit,
told the
'cause
story.
No one
Yeah.
reads anymore. Why would I want to keep writing? I'm only a fucking author. Idiots. I remember one time in an interview with him and Stephen King, and Stephen King's like notorious for like he gets at least 6 pages
Yeah.
done a day,
6 a day.
every day. And George R. R. Martin is definitely not that kind of work ethic.
6
And-
a decade.
Yeah, and he was like, do you ever have like, because you're an author, we're all authors here. Do you ever have like days where you sit down at the computer and you just think, fuck, I got nothing today. You know, I can't write anything. Do you ever get those, Steve? And Steve King's just like, no,
Never.
I just write. He goes, but what if you like can't think of anything? You know, he's like, I think of something. He's like, I write.
Yeah.
I just write.
Yeah.
Like there's no excuses. And like you see George R. R. Martin like trying to be like, but like and he's just like, no,
No.
nice try.
Stephen
I-
King's written fucking.
This is why I have.
100 books.
This is why I come out with like 2 books a year because I'm fucking always writing.
And they're always good. It's not like he's just putting
Most of the
books
time
out.
they're good. Most of the time they're good.
Yeah.
He's got some weird ones out
But
there.
the thing about the
I got a bunch right there.
finale for me was that it was so rushed.
So
Yeah.
Maybe that shit would
I
have.
think I was
hit-
watching another podcast and they're like, yeah, they put like 6 seasons in season 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was only 6 episodes, right?
The last 2 seasons were
went-
shorter. And
It was
everyone's
all
like,
10s, and then it was 8, and then 6.
I was like, why are you making the last
Or-
2 seasons shorter?
I think that's right.
Why'd they keep like you kept like shortening and like are you guys like giving up or you don't want to write
Yeah.
more or what are you doing? Like I thought this is the most famous show in the world.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you just keep doing it? I don't know if it was a budget issue.
Yeah,
'Cause it was expensive.
It felt like maybe all of that could have worked if it had time to like develop, but it was just like massive storylines happening within the same episode, and you're like, holy shit, we used to like be riding a horse for an entire episode and not get where we were trying to go.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Yeah,
crazy.
classic case of Hollywood thinking that the audience won't notice because they're so dumb that they're being a little bit lazy.
Yeah.
And once again, the audience proves that we're not fucking idiots and we can smell bullshit when we see it.
Yeah.
Or, whatever. But like we know when we're being fucked with and like
Yeah.
trying to like you're trying to feed us all this bully. We know you're combining characters. We know when you're like
Yeah.
rushing the story. Like we can see it. We're not idiots.
Mhm.
Like it's like, well, yeah, you can write the story, but like I watch TV all the time. I know what plot points are. I can watch a character arc. I know what that means. It's all tropes. Like we're not dumb. We know when you're trying to fuck with us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What'd you think about Arya killing the Night King? Or
Pretty
whatever?
badass way
It
to
was
kill
badass.
someone.
I thought that was fucking dope, and people were
Yeah.
like, "Boo!
No, I thought
Arya
that was
gets the
fucking
kill." It's like
Arya needed something so fucking badass
Yeah.
to do,
Yeah.
and that was it.
that's what bothered me as we kind of tripped at the finish line was like people just wanted to complain, just to complain, and it's like, dude, that was
'Cause
fucking cool.
They put the show. The world put the show on such a high pedestal.
Yeah, it was
People love kicking it
impossible.
over. People love kicking shit
Yeah.
over like that.
But in our
Like
in
you're
the
like
fans,
your fucking boys. They just love
Yeah.
the fucking. What's this? Oh, is that your favorite thing? Oh, whoops.
But,
Sorry,
like-
I'm in a mood today.
How do they leave a coffee cup on the table? How does that happen?
I don't know.
How many eyes just
What happened?
glazed over that?
I don't know.
There's
I don't remember.
there's a scene in the last season where they're sitting at a big table or whatever, and there's like a coffee cup. Like it's not a Starbucks cup. They
What's it
like came out and
say?
said it wasn't Starbucks, but it's just a coffee
Oh.
cup sitting on the table, and it's like, how did they not see? Like it's literally Daenerys is sitting right here,
They got lazy.
and there was a coffee cup right there, and you're like, how many
They-
editors and producers looked over this?
They were looking at the show up here.
yeah,
They're like, man, people love. Like they're making the show right here, and
Mhm.
they're looking up, going, people fucking love this show. They're not fucking paying attention because they're like,
Yeah.
whatever we put out, people are gonna love because it's Game of Thrones. People love
Right,
Game of
right,
Thrones no
right.
matter what. So
Yep.
whatever we do, people are gonna love it. And then everyone's like, bullshit.
yeah.
Like we love Game of Thrones because you guys put a lot of fucking work into it, and we love that. It's not like they were taking us for granted.
And the source material was so rich. So then they get out on their own, and it's like they're pulling what they want to pull.
It's true,
Rather
actually,
than-
yeah. Take
so
the
then it-
take the training wheels off. The show started to fall apart,
Then
didn't
it's
it?
like, oh, shit, we got to
Oh.
come up with
I
a
never really
really
thought
good
about that.
story on our own without this world class author. Yeah, I love that show. I'd love to go back through it, but yeah, I wasn't as
It's a
mad
lot
at
of
the
time.
yeah.
It's a lot
commitment.
of time. Oh yeah.
What is it? 70 hours, I think.
I don't know.
It'd be. I think it's 6 seasons of 10 episodes apiece.
Can you wait,
And then 8, and then 6.
Phil? Give me,
Is there do you know off
So
the top of your head
fucking
any
badass.
shows that end satisfyingly?
Futurama.
Yeah,
It
but
did end.
Futurama's
It's
kind of
got-
back.
But it. But
I'm
season 10
saying
was
it-
perfect.
what-
They didn't have to make a season 11. Season 10 ended perfectly because the last episode of season 10
Yeah, it's making you cry.
It makes you know they like go through time and it's like they figure out a way to like a wormhole that takes them all the way back to when
Mhm.
Fry first went back in time or forward in time. So it's like
Mhm.
so Fry and like he's like, oh, but you won't remember anything that happened. So you won't be able to like change things.
Right.
And they're like, who cares? Like, and they're like, do you want to? It was such an adventure.
But
and
isn't
Fry
him
looks at
and-
Leela. They're finally together, and Fry goes, do you want to go? Do you want to do
Yeah,
it again? And he
that's
goes,
what I
she
was
goes, yeah.
talking about.
They go through the wormhole, and it like does a starburst thing of like of the beginning of the show, with the intros of the theme song,
Beautiful.
and they basically go back to the first episode. So like season 10 would end, and then if you were watching on Hulu, it would go right back to episode 1, and you could just
Oh,
rewatch it
yeah.
because the story, that's how the storyline fit, and then they brought the show back. So now that story that doesn't work like that because now
Yeah.
there's a season 11.
I guess
but-
I meant like, what's a show that people are satisfied with the ending, or people are like, that was the best
How did Rugrats end?
series? What the fuck are you talking
All grown
about?
up. Remember all
I
grown
meant
up?
like,
I'm thinking of shows. You're
No,
asking me
I
questions.
meant
I'm
like-
answering questions.
I meant like Breaking Bad, Sopranos. Like, do people
Ooh,
like the
yeah,
ending of those
Sopranos.
shows?
Yeah. Breaking Bad had a good ending.
Okay.
'Cause the ending was the beginning. Same thing.
I liked Sons of Anarchy. The way Sons of Anarchy ended.
Man, I need to watch that show. People tell me that all
I
the time.
really,
I've never watched it.
I
should watch it. It should
really
be our show.
liked
we should
it.
watch that.
Breaking Bad. I've never watched it either.
Oh man,
Breaking
I
Bad's a
finally-
quick
it
one.
Took me a long
5
time.
seasons.
I've heard I'm missing out.
You can get into it pretty quick, or go through it because it's only 5 seasons. It's so good. It's just like
I just
some episodes you're like, oh, and after you watch it, watch Better Call Saul
Uh-huh.
with Bob Odenkirk. That show, I'll tell you what, Breaking Bad, 8 out of 10. Better Call Saul, give that a 9.8, dude.
Freaking
that show
love
is
Bob
fucking-
Odenkirk.
The last season just dropped. It's coming out now, I think, or
Love
it just
Bob
came out.
Odenkirk.
It's so
I just,
good.
yeah, like you said, it's so unfair the
Hmm.
pedestal that Game of Thrones was on, and that's not an excuse. Like, maybe
Not
they
that it
should
didn't,
have
not
came up
that it
with
didn't
something,
deserve it, but I think the showrunners, those two guys, just took it for granted.
But
in
you
the
want to
end.
know the worst, and hopefully we have some audience members that agrees. How I Met Your Mother is the worst
Oh.
series finale ever.
It makes me
made.
mad how long I spent watching the show.
I
That
know.
ending was so bad. Like
I
I wish
know.
I never would have seen the show at all
Yeah,
because of the ending.
Yep.
Because they literally. they take
dude,
the-
you talk about
Oh.
rushing storyline. Game of Thrones
The
isn't even
whole
close
show is
to that.
How you meet your How I Met Your Mother,
Yeah,
and they talk about the mom for like 30 seconds. It's like I met her, we dated, she got sick, now she's
died.
gone.
And then
you're
I got
like,
with your Aunt Robin.
now
We've been calling her
now
Aunt
I'm-
Robin.
And now I'm with your Aunt Robin, who I've told you this entire time for the last 10 years is not your mother. Guess what? She's your mom now. Bow, bow, bow. And you're like, what the fuck? What are you doing here? I wanted to meet the mother. I don't give a fuck about Robin. You said she wasn't the mom. I want to meet the mom.
Why was what's his name the voice of future Ted? Bob Saget.
Because
Bob Saget was the
because it was like an
voice.
older version of him.
They
But,
could have
like,
just done Josh Radner's
I don't think they were gonna
voice.
do. I don't think they knew they were gonna do 10 years.
Yeah.
I think they. Well, I think they figured that it would be like long enough in the future.
Uh-huh.
But he's an actor, so like actors don't really change that much when they're on a show.
Yeah.
So he like sounds and looks the exact same. So I don't know.
That's strange.
Yeah, that is strange.
But the worst series finale ever. Unless somebody else has something that goes along with that, because man, it's bad.
I
Email
think-
us at Mellow Brick Road
I think
podcast.
Courage the
At
Cowardly Dog ended with him hanging himself.
But you can't watch it or whatever.
I'm pretty sure that happened in Tom and Jerry. Didn't Tom and Jerry end with them?
Yeah,
Like,
they
ki-
killed themselves.
They killed themselves at the very end. Did you know that?
But
Tom
it-
and Jerry at the very
they
end
pulled the
of the
episode.
show, yeah, they both commit suicide together.
I think they're sitting in front of a train.
Yeah. There's a train coming.
And
And
they just-
they
and they
hold
just sit
hands as
down.
you hear the train whistle. They hold hands, and it's done.
They're
I'm
just
pretty
like,
sure.
we're done, fight.
Dude, it's
Like, so weird.
Have you ever seen? I wonder if you can find that online. I wonder because have you ever seen those like
It's definitely deleted.
the episodes that like didn't air, like the Squidward episode of SpongeBob where he kills himself, where Squidward kills himself?
No. Is that real?
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, I found it on creepypasta. It was when it was like this. The story was he found these. He went into the Nickelodeon studios, like where they're editing the episode, and it was there. And he was watching them edit it, and he showed them it, and he's like, "Yeah, this is never gonna air." And then like ever since then, like it's like a lost tape thing where they
What
don't know
the
where it is.
fuck?
It's depressing and
Why would they
sad,
make
and
that?
it's weird because it's Squidward.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I don't know if it's real because it's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably researching that stuff is probably how I found Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
Do you know what that is?
We'll watch it.
Oh shit.
We'll watch it tonight.
Yeah, we'll
While
watch
you're-
that.
while we're
We'll
camp-
watch
while
that
you're
later.
camping
Oh,
out.
great.
While you're camping, I'll watch
It's-
it. It's my favorite show. of all
I
time.
don't know why it
Tell you what.
hits a note with us, but we love it.
When
it
I first
shouldn't,
watched it,
but we
Phil,
love it.
I first watched it here. I was in the basement. I was by myself and I was watching it in the dark. First episode on YouTube, and I was so uncomfortable. I had to come upstairs and like hang out with everybody. I was so uncomfortable.
He had to, like,
I was like, I
reintroduce himself.
cannot. I can't be alone right now. Like I was like so uncomfortable and like it's disturbed.
Yeah.
And I ended up watching all those videos like 20 times.
Yeah.
But we grew up with salad fingers, so we
True.
grew up with all that weird.
Just
friendly
as a
stuff.
synopsis, it looks like a kid's show.
It's a parody
that's
of
not
a kids show. So they
at
do like
all.
they're dressed up. There's like puppets, but it's like they do like really fucked up
Shit.
things sometimes.
Huh.
Like they'll be like cutting a cake, and then
It's-
inside
it's
the cake is like a
really-
heart, like a human heart that's like bleeding
Yeah.
and pumping, and it's covered in glitter, and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? And the music's just like dun 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 dun, dun, and then it like all of a sudden it starts like reversing and goes dun 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 dun, dun,
Yeah,
and
it's
like
really
it's fucking
psychological
yeah, it's
more than like jump scare or anything like that. It's
It's
just strange.
art.
It's yeah.
That's what
It's
it is.
really
It's
well
just pure
made.
art made by like a husband and wife. They make like the weirdest art. They're UK. I love it. All
great.
right, yeah, we gotta get out of here. We gotta go eat some fish, dude. I'm done with this. We gotta,
Yeah.
we gotta get out of here.
Hell yeah.
If we start talking about Don't Hook Me, I'm scared. I want to watch videos and I want to do all that stuff. So
Yeah,
we
we'll be
can't
stuck.
look up Don't Hook Me, I'm scared. They have their own show now. Like they have a legit like
TV show.
30-minute episodes. The whole first season's out. I don't remember how I found it. Is it on YouTube?
You found it on YouTube. It was released in the UK, and we didn't have
collection
access to it, but now you can find it.
There's a collection on YouTube. It's like 2 hours long.
Yeah, it's just all the episodes back
I
to
think
back
it's
to back to
6
back.
episodes. It's so good. New
Mhm.
characters. If you've
Mhm.
seen it, it's got new characters, new songs. It's dope. Yeah, it's a fun time. Don't you watch it? Don't let your boys watch
Yeah.
it.
Do you listen to music when you fish?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Coldplay,
No.
Arctic Monkeys,
Morgan Wallen.
Hell yeah.
Morgan Wallen, Whalen.
I heard somebody say Waylon the other day.
Who was that?
I don't know, but he shaved
Not
his
during
head.
tournament day though.
Did you see that though?
Not on tournament.
he
Day. Are you
looks like
like? Were you Eye of the Tiger on
He
tournament
shaved
day?
all his head.
Yeah.
His hair.
Do you listen to music on tournament day or just like
No,
the-
not on tournament day.
just
I'm
nature?
just so serious. I don't even
Crickets.
look at my phone.
Hell yeah, man.
Just like
Do you wear a watch?
no, there's a
There's a clock on it.
clock on the.
Let's say you probably don't even
Oh.
keep track of time. You just fucking
No,
fish.
time goes like so fast,
Weird.
Yeah.
and then you're-
Yeah.
and then you just like I have to get 5 fish in the boat. After you get like your 5 or like whatever it is, 5 or 7 fish, and then you're just like, okay, I got 5. Now it's time to upgrade.
yeah.
But it's
Upgrade?
just like the
Mm.
the feeling of like I have to get 5.
Before
Like,
yeah.
I have to.
before we leave, I want to mention something we missed earlier.
What did we miss?
Phil got second in that tournament. Got confirmed as angler of the year. You went back the next day for a tournament and you won the sumbitch.
Yeah.
And you were just like top 10. Fucking, I'm gonna win it anyway. I already won.
Right.
Doesn't
Yeah, I
matter.
didn't-
I'm just gonna
yeah, I
fucking win
wasn't like-
anyway, dude.
Yeah. I wasn't.
That's
I didn't-
fucking badass.
Yeah, and he's like, they're all just like, you might as well just kick our ass.
That's so good. That's
All
such
right.
a cool way to end the season.
Let's
Just like,
see.
I'm gonna win anyway.
I only
Uh,
won by 5 points.
That's
Dang.
nuts. So you better buck
So
up.
the guy that was behind me, the closest guy, he got 3rd place, but you get points for second big fish of the tournament. So there's a 1st place and a 2nd place big fish. You get 10 points for second big fish, so that's why he almost caught me. So if he would have
Damn,
got
boy.
2nd,
Right.
And
he would have won.
and the second big fish.
And
Oh,
he would have won Angler of the
shit.
Year.
Ooh, man. Well, you know what? He
And
did.
Nope.
he had 230. I had 241.
He did. You know
Oh
what?
shit!
So
That's right. And you know what?
Yeah.
Angler of the year.
I will take
Woo.
back what I said about God because clearly God took Jimmy Buffett as a sacrifice so that guy wouldn't get second big fish. Obviously, that must have been what happened because I'm an Ozarkian and we are hard-headed.
Yeah.
Once we think of something, I don't give a fuck what kind of facts you give me. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Unless it's like good facts, then I'll pay
It
attention to you.
is what it is.
But okay, so I want to end the show real fast. I want to do one thing, something new. We're going to end with a little scenario, little question I have for you guys, okay? So, hunting seasons. There's like different hunting seasons all year round. There are different things like deer and quail and
Doves.
doves and
Dove
fish.
season, I
and
think.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
fun.
what do you call the season when you have to like get big giant combat boots on and you have to step on the doves, like stomp on them? Call that dove step season. What's
That's
up, everybody? How's it going?
That's so
Welcome to the
bad.
show. It was not as good as Phil's best man speech last night. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
He fucking killed the room.
killed it
on
last
that
You
one.
night.
like the Lion King quote?
Yes,
I
Phil,
like the Lion
love the
King.
Lion King. I did love that for the 3rd time. I loved it. Okay, so here's my scenario. So there's hunting seasons, right? So what do you think would be the best time of year? And what's like a span of time? Hunting seasons like different spans of times too, like 2 months, 3 months, 1 month.
Mhm.
Okay, so what do you think would be the best time of year for human hunting season?
Anytime.
Ooh, all year? Is there like all year
That's
things?
all year.
Is that a thing you can do? Is
Oh,
is
a year-round
is
hunt?
there year-round hunting for something
I doubt
that
it.
people
I
just like don't give a
doubt it,
fuck
yeah.
about?
No,
Well,
that's
humans
usually-
now.
Fish. You can fish all
You can
year.
fish all year. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Human hunting season, what would be the best?
Yeah, what do you think would be the best time of year for that?
Like some most dangerous game shit?
You think about the winter time, probably because they're not gonna be out too much.
I was thinking winter,
So, but like in the
because-
summer, that's when they're all frolicking in the forest nude. 'Cause it's so hot.
Easy pickings,
Easy
Yeah,
pickings.
yeah.
Oh, they're walking through the park.
especially the ones trying to find goats.
I would not try
Hillbilly
to shoot one of
sumbitches.
those guys. You mess with those guys, they're gonna do a lot of things to your body. I'll tell you that much. Probably. Ugh.
I would say human hunting season would be short. I feel like it'd be easy.
What time of year?
What's that damn movie called?
Purge.
The Purge. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I've
that's
never
true,
seen
that's-
any of those movies.
That's in the what is that?
Me neither.
That's in like fall.
That's
I think. You've
weird.
never seen any of those movies?
Never.
The first one is the best. It gets really convoluted as it goes on.
Progressively
Obviously,
worse.
Well, not worse, just convoluted. It gets kind of silly. I like in the. There's one where it's like it follows a congresswoman or something. It's like I think it's in D.C. So it's like a whole like I think it's 4th of July, one of that, whichever that one that is, and that's pretty cool. How they like the weeks before the purge starts, there are people like street vendors selling like purge merch, and they're saying like, oh, get these like get these like gun, like rhinestone guns or whatever, like get these masks with like neon lights on them, like yeah, it's one of those like it was just kind of because that's what Americans would do.
Yeah.
Like they would after
you commercialize it.
after like 5 to 10, I think it's like 10 years after or 15 years after, eventually it becomes a normal part of society, and then capitalism takes a hold of it, and it becomes you find a way to profit. Humans always find a way to profit, especially Americans. But yeah, so what time of year do you think hunting? Right in spring? Is that when humans are most fertile? Are they like
Because
mating?
they just like they're all cooped up in the winter, and then they just like I have to get
Ooh,
outside.
yeah.
That's what it is. Yep, that's what
Yep.
it is. Yeah, so it's like springtime.
Running through the fields.
Frolicking in the
You know,
field
like people do,
like
just run
humans
through
do.
fields.
It's the long pig, like they do.
Ooh, yeah. That's what people like cannibals, they call human meat long pig.
Because it's close to pork. So if anyone ever offers you long pig, don't take it unless you want to take it. I don't know.
take long pork.
But they say it tastes like pork. So if you ever wondered that, I don't want to see you like chopping off your arm or anything, because I know you like to cook. Everyone, this has been path number 64 of the Mellow Brick Road.
Out the dough.
Out the dough with episode 64, past 64.
With our
actually.
bro,
Philo Campbell.
Angler of the Year,
All right, let's stop that bit. Yeah, this is Phil Campbell. He's the best. Yeah, he was here with us today on path number 64. We made it. We survived another path, everybody. Don't forget to follow the show on Instagram, Mellow Brick Road Podcast. On Facebook, just at Mellow Brick Road. I think it's attached to your page.
Yeah.
You can also follow Trace at TW Projects on Facebook. I'm at Van Windsor on Instagram. I don't post a whole lot, but I'm there. Phil, do you have social media of any kind that you want to promote?
Yeah, man. At Feel the Thrill 87
Phil the Thrill
Instagram.
87. Support this fisherman.
Say
He
Angler
wants-
of the Year right
Angler
here.
of the Year.
Maybe this time next year I'll have cameras and sponsors and
You watch
all that
YouTube
stuff.
page
Could you,
and
could you,
oh,
could you
shit.
live stream like fishing tournaments?
oh yeah,
That would be badass.
Oh my
you just have to
god.
go and do it.
Yeah, you
Never-
just do
yeah,
it.
you just do it. Click play.
That'd be sick.
All right. Fucking look
Well,
forward to that.
Look
bro.
forward to that, I guess. Phil the Thrill. What
That's
is
why
it?
we
What was
walk
it?
these
Phil the Thrill,
paths.
just that?
Feel the
87.
Thrill 87.
87, Phil the Thrill 87. All right, everybody, make sure to follow him. Also, any questions or comments, concerns, email us at mellowbrickroad.podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Follow our Patreon. We got What You're Reading there. Pretty sweet. Let's see, anything else? Trace, can you think of anything?
Nothing else. We got a lot of things in the works, so hopefully just hang around, keep walking the path. We're gonna keep bringing you
Sign
stuff.
up for the newsletter. You'll learn everything there.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Everyone, don't forget to always ease on down that road.
Peace and blessings.